I'm one of the lucky ones. I made a little bit of money. I don't have 50 million to bet with you, but I do have 3 million to bet with you. So this is your offer. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3. Winner takes all. I'm 5 years out the ring. I'm a kickball.
Joe Rogan revealed why Jake Paul turned down Andrew Tate's fight offer, rejecting a massive $3 million payday. The move has fans questioning Jake's motives. Was he scared of losing, or just avoiding a fight where he didn't hold the advantage? Critics argue Jake only steps into the ring when the odds favor him, calling his career more scripted than legitimate. Whatever the reason, this decision has sparked heated debate about whether Jake's reputation as a boxing prodigy truly holds up.
You want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living out of a goofy, entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Google it if you want to know more. Any day.
Get ready as we dive into why Jake Paul rejected Andrew Tate's challenge, the brutal call-outs from Tate, and Joe Rogan's take on Jake's cautious approach. This drama-filled saga is packed with ego clashes and hilarious truths you can't miss. Buckle up for an epic breakdown.
As a boxer?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And listen, what Jake Paul has accomplished is he's fighting old guys.
Yes.
He's fighting, all he fights are old guys and whatever. But listen, say what you want, he wins. And he makes money. So he's doing his thing, you know.
Go. Work. Come on, keep work. Come on, fight. Make it. 50 seconds. Come on, 20 seconds to work, Austin. Let's go. Come on, work.
Jake Paul, often branding himself as the fearless challenger, appears to have perfected the art of dodging real competition. When a genuine challenge presented itself, his bravado seemed to falter. Enter Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan, who wasted no time calling out the cracks in Jake's persona. If there were a guidebook on evading true opponents while boasting about greatness, Jake might as well have written it. Andrew Tate, a former kickboxing champion known for his provocative personality, publicly challenged Jake Paul to a fight, putting $3 million on the table and leaving the terms wide open, anytime, anywhere. The internet erupted as fans eagerly anticipated Jake's response. Yet, instead of embracing the challenge, Jake hesitated. It wasn't the kind of suspense that builds excitement. It felt more like a scramble for damage control, likely involving his PR team crafting an escape plan. Rather than facing Tate, who remains in top physical form and thrives on unpredictability in the ring, Jake shifted focus to a potential bout with Mike Tyson. While Tyson is a legend, he's well past his prime. This strategic pivot spoke volumes, highlighting Jake's preference for controlled outcomes over genuine risk. To many, it reeked of fear, leaving his challenger reputation increasingly in question.
Somebody like me, he'd mentioned me before, and there'll be people out there saying, oh, Carl Froch's talking about himself, he's after a payday. Listen, I'm not after a payday. I'm doing all right. There's no problems with my...
Jake Paul's boxing career has been a showcase of carefully selected opponents. From retired MMA fighters with little boxing experience to former basketball players, Jake has steered clear of true challenges. His latest target? Mike Tyson, a retired heavyweight icon whose name sells tickets but whose age makes him a low-risk opponent. Joe Rogan didn't mince words on his podcast, openly criticizing Jake's strategic matchmaking. He's fighting old, undersized guys, Rogan said, echoing growing fan frustration. The glaring omission from Jake's fight lineup, Andrew Tate, a younger, faster, and far more unpredictable fighter than Jake's usual picks. Tate issued an open challenge backed by a $3 million bet. But Jake's refusal to step up is telling. Rogan argued that Jake's avoidance of Tate exposes his priorities, maintaining an undefeated record over proving himself as a legitimate boxer. For many, it raises questions about Jake's willingness to take real risks in the ring.
So when you see some of these crossover fights, obviously I know that you and Jake Paul have had your disagreements. Do you think that Jake's gotten better as a boxer?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And listen, what Jake Paul has accomplished is he's fighting old guys.
Yes.
He's fighting, all he fights are old guys and whatever. But listen, say what you want, he wins. And he makes money. So he's doing his thing.
Andrew Tate is no washed-up internet personality chasing clout. He's a former kickboxing world champion with a point to prove and a chip on his shoulder. When Tate challenged Jake Paul, it wasn't just a publicity stunt. It was a $3 million dare designed to expose Jake's carefully crafted image. Tate's bold move wasn't about selling headlines, it was a statement. He knew Jake wouldn't accept the fight, and he wanted the world to see it. After Jake ghosted him following the initial challenge, Tate didn't let up. He doubled down with another public call-out, delivering a brutal critique of Jake's career. Prime fighters destroy hobbyists, Tate said, a verbal knockout aimed squarely at Jake's reputation. The jab stung, highlighting a growing narrative. Jake Paul's career has been built on scripted fights against aging, undersized, or inexperienced opponents.
Fighter in a way that he never will be. I'm known as a fighter in the way that if you throw me in a cell with a murderer, a rapist, and 2 drug dealers, people look at me and go, oh, hey, respect. He would have left with a higher male body count than his fiance. That's how he would.
Instead of accepting Tate's challenge, Jake turned his attention to Mike Tyson. Tyson, while an iconic boxing legend, is 57 years old and far removed from his prime. A fight with Tyson would sell pay-per-views due to his name, not because it poses a real challenge. Jake knew Tyson's age and diminished speed made him a safer bet than facing someone like Tate, who is younger, faster, and completely uninterested in playing by Jake's rules. Unlike Tyson, Tate represents an unpredictable and legitimate threat. Stepping into the ring with Tate would mean risking everything: his undefeated record, his reputation, and the control he has carefully maintained throughout his career. Tate is a genuine challenge, and Jake seems unwilling to take that risk. Joe Rogan cut through the facade on his podcast, saying Jake Paul doesn't want to fight anyone he can't control. Rogan's comments resonated with fans, who flooded social media with criticism. Many called Jake a coward and a fraud, while even some of his supporters admitted the situation didn't look good. By dodging Tate and opting for Tyson, Jake has left a stain on his career that might not fade anytime soon. The backlash is a harsh reminder that in the fight game, avoiding real challenges comes with consequences. Jake's decision to sidestep Tate has fueled doubt about his legitimacy as a fighter, a narrative that could haunt him for years to come. Andrew Tate's fans wasted no time piling on Jake Paul, swarming his social media with taunts and accusations of avoiding real competition. They joined the growing chorus of critics, calling Jake out for dodging Tate's challenge. Tate himself took the opportunity to double down, labeling Jake as scared and highlighting a clear pattern. Every opponent Jake has faced has either been out of their prime, out of their weight class, or lacking in boxing experience. Facing Andrew Tate could have been a defining moment for Jake, a chance to silence his critics and prove he's more than just a YouTuber with a strong punch. A fight with Tate, a former kickboxing champion, would have solidified Jake's legitimacy in the boxing world. But instead of stepping up, Jake chose the safer route, avoiding Tate and reinforcing the narrative that his career is meticulously curated to dodge real threats. Joe Rogan called out Jake's decision, pointing out how it revealed cracks in the brand Jake has spent years building. Once seen as a fearless competitor, Jake is now viewed by many as a businessman prioritizing spectacle over substance. This saga has tarnished his image, leaving fans questioning whether Jake's boxing career is built on hype rather than real skill.